When did faking it actually work out for you? I was a broke college junior working nights at this 24-hour gym in downtown Phoenix. Minimum wage job, mostly just checking people in and wiping down equipment that reeked of sweat. The job sucked, but I desperately needed the money for rent and ramen noodles. One Tuesday around 2 a.m., this guy walks in wearing a perfectly pressed three-piece suit. Looked completely out of place among the late-night gym rats in their torn tank tops and basketball shorts. Most people who came in at that hour were either insomniacs or third-shift workers. He walks straight up to my desk and says, "I'm looking for a personal trainer who specializes in executive fitness. Someone who understands the demanding schedule and stress levels of corporate life." Now, I'd never trained anyone in my life. I was a skinny art major who could barely bench press my own body weight. My idea of exercise was walking to class and carrying heavy textbooks. But this guy was clearly loaded, judging by his expensive watch and leather briefcase, and I was literally 3 days away from getting evicted. So I lied through my teeth, told him I specialized in high-intensity, time-efficient workouts for busy professionals. Said I had extensive experience training CEOs and corporate lawyers. Complete garbage, but I delivered it with the kind of confidence that only comes from pure desperation. He bought it immediately, hired me on the spot for 3 sessions a week at $80 per hour. That was more money than I made in an entire shift at the gym, and he wanted to start the next morning. The problem was, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Spent the next 48 hours in panic mode, watching every fitness YouTube video I could find, memorized workout routines, learned proper form for basic exercises, even practiced giving motivational speeches to myself in my tiny bathroom mirror. His name was Marcus, and he was some big shot partner at a law firm downtown. First session, I was terrified he'd figure out I was a complete fraud within 5 minutes, but I copied everything I'd seen online and somehow stumbled through 45 minutes of exercises. Marcus loved it, said I was the first trainer who understood that he only had 45 minutes before court appearances and needed maximum results in minimum time. He started bringing his business partner David, then David brought his wife Patricia. Within 2 months, I had 8 regular clients, all wealthy professionals paying premium rates. I was making more money than I'd ever seen in my life, but I was living in constant fear of getting exposed as the fake I knew I was. That's when something unexpected happened. All those YouTube videos I'd been watching obsessively to stay one step ahead, I was actually learning real information. My fake confidence was slowly becoming genuine knowledge. The workouts I'd memorized were producing actual results for my clients. Marcus lost 30 pounds in 3 months. David started running marathons and competing in triathlons. Patricia dropped 2 dress sizes and gained incredible strength. Word spread through their law firm like wildfire, and suddenly I had a waiting list of executives wanting to train with the guy who got results. I used the money to take real certification courses, attend workshops, and study nutrition science. Learned about injury prevention, advanced training techniques, and sports psychology. What started as desperate lying was turning into genuine expertise and passion. 5 years later, I own 3 successful fitness studios across the city. Marcus is still my client and has become one of my closest friends. We often laugh about that first terrifying night when I had no clue what I was doing but pretended otherwise. But here's the part that still amazes me. Last month, Marcus told me something that completely blew my mind. He said he knew I was lying from day one. My nervous stammering, the way I kept checking my phone for workout ideas, the fact that I was clearly making everything up as I went along. "But you cared enough to try," he explained. "You could have just told me you weren't qualified and sent me away, but instead you worked harder than any trainer I'd ever met. You studied all night, showed up early, stayed late to plan sessions. That level of dedication meant more than any certification." He told me he was going through a brutal divorce at the time and needed someone who would push him without judgment or pity. My desperate enthusiasm and genuine concern for his progress was exactly what he was looking for during that dark period. "Besides," he laughed, "half the certified trainers I'd worked with before just had me do the same boring routine every week for months. You actually made me excited to work out again."